Okay, we're back for part 2. Hello, hello. Hi, I wanted to try out vertical to see how it goes. Hello, hello. I'm ready to go. Yes, I was a few minutes later because I wanted to, if they take a 10-minute break, I wanted to be a little ahead of it. But yes, I got it pulled up. Let's get started. So far, finding that jurors appeared attentive. Yeah. Oh, so I wonder what he really did to her. I think it's way worse than we thought or think. I really do. Okay, that was a nice little break. Thanks for returning. Let me pull up. Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry. I had the wrong screen pulled up. Oh, let me fix my screen. Sorry. I don't know, I'm so little.
Your Honor, for the record, Mr. Walsh is back in the courtroom.
Thank you.
Can you guys see that okay? I can make myself smaller too. I'm gonna try. Oh yeah, I can make you guys bigger. Or the screen bigger. Make myself smaller. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Your Honor, before the jurors come in, could I ask? We have created a blank calendar for the jurors and for everyone. I believe it was a motion to eliminate and it was unopposed. Could I mark one for ID and then pass them out, have the court officers pass them out to the jurors?
I'm fine without any objection to that.
No, you don't.
All right.
And I'm giving one to the clerk.
Ryan Walsh trial.
Oh, well, actually, the reporter first. Skip it.
It's not H.
Thank you. H for ID.
Oh, there he is.
All rise for the court, please. Jurors entering. May stand, please. Court is back in session. You may be seated.
You can have the witness back on the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor. Commonwealth would recall Harrison Schmidt.
Want those hand out now, Your Honor, or you want to wait?
Oh, we'll wait till he gets back on the stand.
Your Honor, may we continue with Exhibit 54? I believe we left off at 14 minutes and 33 seconds on the media player.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Gilman?
And I was happy with anywhere at that point, but that was, I mean, you grew up with it. And I don't ask this to everybody, but is there any extramarital with you or? No, not at all. Certainly not with me. And, not that I have any information that's on it. Like, everyone who called me recently, they're like, like on a work call, it was the same story that I had, is the same story Alyssa and Bella and Will Faster gave me, is that she works all the time and she flies home to see you guys and she comes back and she's constantly working. And, you know, she said that she would like eat in bed and pass out a lot. So that was everyone else's experience. So yeah, I would be surprised of that. You know, when we were younger, we were seeing, when we were first dating, we were seeing other people. But that was 12 years ago, more.
So in your experience, you had no suspicion that she was seeing someone else and doing
No.
anything like that?
No.
Indication to you that was going on?
No, not at all. I mean, obviously, you know, we were apart, but we spoke a lot. That's why, like, you know, people were like, well, don't worry if you haven't spoken to her. But we spoke all the time. We spoke in the morning and in the evening. So. And everyone, you know, like, she had rings, talk about her husband and kids. I mean, that seems weird to have an affair.
She had close friends here. I know she spent a lot of time in DC, and when she came here, she was probably with you, family most of the time.
Yeah.
Did she have someone that she would spend time with here, like a girlfriend? Or...
Yes. So there's Rima, a very good friend of hers. Ferreira. She is the head of HR for the Park Plaza Hotel.
How do you spell that?
I know how to spell the first name, not the last name. Rayma, Rayma. So it's Rayma. And then Ferrer, which I'm not as familiar with.
Take a guess.
Ferre, Ferrer.
All right.
And you said head of Park Plaza?
Yes.
And anyone else?
Yeah, so Rama was, so when she was here, she spent most of her time with us. I'm trying to think who else were people that she would lead. Rima was the biggest, Jam, obviously. So I'm trying to think.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah.
I'm got distracted. So, Rima, Jam. Who else did she hang out with? Well, Peter Curry was here.
Oh, Peter came by?
Yeah, Peter came. He didn't. I was like, I'm fine. He showed up anyways. It was like he needs support. So that's Alyssa's brother. He lives in Walshe, so we're pretty close with them.
So you know Peter and?
Peter and Anna went to, they had a leadership training together.
Okay.
And
Was Jim part of that as well?
Jim was part of my leadership training.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
how a lot of us know each other through this.
Okay. So Peter Kirby, leadership training.
Yeah, and she was what we call, her group was B2 and my group was B3. We raised over $200,000 from the pandemic for the
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's part of the leadership training is the community service project.
Okay.
Something Jim and I continue to be proud of. So.
Nice.
What do you think?
And,
What do you think?
I'm like, first it's been like, I feel like it's a bad dream. I'm having to wake up and it's gonna be all over. I'm having a hard time like sleeping or thinking. And then the fact that my mother and
Yes.
investigative team in DC, who's now, they don't believe she went back to DC. And Jan and Della are like, where else does she go to? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, like if you said she went to New York or Mars, anyone could be possible because I have no idea where else she would go. And I talked to Candace today, who's a friend of ours, and I said she's not someone that would ever go haywire like that. That she would just like go and not say anything to anyone or take a large sum of money from one of the accounts and just leave. She wouldn't leave us or the kids. I mean, it's not possible.
What do you guys do for banking? I know she's got the JetBlue card.
Yeah, so I everything's in her name the way I set it up. Like my grandfather taught me, make sure your like the loan is taken care of. And with my legal problems, it's been And also she always pays things on time, and I do not. So
She bank institution, stuff like that.
yeah, so she's got Liberty Bank, she's got, one more with a Grand Bank. And then she's Apple Credit Union in Virginia, which she's had for probably 10 years, 15 years.
Apple Credit Union.
Yeah, so all the money goes there, then we've got the Chase cards, we have the Fidelity, which, something happened with the Fidelity card, which was in Belgrade, so that hasn't been used really.
Is that like canceled?
It was, I think we might have used that one, and then the JetBlue, which is the only one that I don't do the bank accounts, I don't do those, but I used to do, all the investment accounts and all of the,
Honestly, what contact is banking institutions.
Yeah.
If any activity is going on.
Sure, I would.
Have you been monitoring this?
I'm monitoring the Chase, the Fidelity, nothing's been going on, but the Chase, I use the Freedom card, and the last time she used the Freedom card in Belgrade, it doesn't have foreign transaction fees, so I was like, so I called her to go use the card there, so then she switched to the other Chase, and then she got the JetBlue, because she's like, hey, I want to be you guys going, so that was the last credit card conversation we had 6 weeks ago or something. 4 weeks ago.
Okay. When's the last time you checked the activity on these card accounts?
I had to check today because the Freedom we use for a company I work with, Threshold, which is a sports card or memorabilia company. So they buy from their whatever the vendor, we put it on the credit card, and then they pay us back. So that's one of the. So I'm always checking that card.
Okay, any activity on that?
No,
Any transactions you don't
there's
recognize?
nothing I don't recognize. No.
As far as travel, has Anna done any like domestic travel in the United States in the past year or two, like anywhere?
It's been DCA to Boston, and then I forget if she went to Chicago to meet some of the head brass that just expired. Then she went to Belgrade, and that was it. No, she was complaining about travel. So we were looking to do something somewhere.
So Chicago for work?
Yeah.
What was the destination that you
Oh, Japan. She kept saying, "We're going to take her to Japan." I said, "Yeah, absolutely." It was
wanted to go? On my list.
I had done a lot of business there years ago. I said, "It's good." She loves the Japanese food, so.
Going back to our phone, you guys have a family plan, or you had a family plan?
Okay, so we have a family plan. When she got the job at Tishman Spire, she's like, trying to decide what to do. She said, well, she wanted to take her phone over, so she ported it over, and then she left the family plan that we have.
You have no access to like her.
I have no
record, right?
No, but Tishman Spire wants, right? So,
Yeah, well, that's.
I thought you had the phone.
We've been talking with them, but they're a big company, so getting information from the bigger
Oh,
companies.
really?
So, yeah,
Oh, I thought they were just handed right over.
they always have corporate attorneys.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, if she was on the family, I'm so upset. If she was on the family plan, I could just hand it right over to the guy right now. Yeah, all the phones, mother, my older brother, me, and on it, so.
Okay.
Anna was married in the past.
She was, yes.
And what's the relationship like with her?
They don't talk anymore.
How long ago was that marriage?
I guess she got. She must have gotten divorced in 2012. And it was only like the last 3 years, so.
They don't have, to your knowledge, or?
I keep asking, because, talk to Martha, like, we won't talk to them. They were talking a little bit, but once we started having kids, that was it.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, you said you keep asking. What?
I said, if you want to talk to Mark, it's been a long time, we had a good relation. I mean, you know, it wasn't a bad person, just didn't bring everything out, so. But she said that every time she's reached out to him, he hasn't gotten back in touch with her. But he lives in DC. That's where they met.
What's his name?
Mark Knipp.
Mark Knipp?
Yeah, it's spelled Knipp, Knipp. One of the chase cars is under that Mary's name.
Okay.
We don't use that one. That's the first one she got with him. But that changed her name from it's on a Knipp on the car.
But it's still an active credit
It's
card.
an active car, but we haven't used it. There's $229 credit on it. It hasn't been, no one's used it for the last 6 or 7 months. So.
He normally can carry a large amount of cash with her.
So we've discussed this occasionally, but I mean, there's been times when she only had $50 with her. Like she had $10,000 when she came back from Belgrade. She brought in for a lawyer who's Serbian, who lives in who went there. Lives in I'm sorry, it's by the water near Boston, Winthrop. They live in Winthrop, so we took it over. So that would be a lot of money for her, but she has had $2,000 to $5,000 at times. But
For her personal use?
no, she just like cared if we had cash for fresh bowls, or if there was some money I could give to but then she would forget. So that there were times when she'd be carrying a lot of cash. But I don't know if she had a lot of cash on her this time. So. I don't go through the moment. So, but there are times where I've said to me money, she's only at $50. But she always dresses like she had a lot.
There was no financial trouble, something like that.
No, actually, we're doing better than ever right now. We're facing restitution charges, but with the new job and where the real estate has worked out, we're really in good shape.
Did you guys have any arguments or anything on New Year's Eve?
No,
New Year's Day?
no, I wasn't enough time on New Year's Day to have an argument, but New Year's Eve, everything was fine. We were excited, what she wrote, what she wrote for us.
We were so happy.
Jen was here, and it was exciting. Like 2022 was a hard year, but 2023 is going to be the best ever. And it's just not, they are all.
You guys have you had arguments, made arguments in the past, anything like that?
So the biggest, and yes, I mean, the integrity is that we haven't arguments, but we're very aligned with almost everything that we do. We really have a lot of the same tastes, and ultimately we defer to each other with what the other person's good at. But the biggest argument we had in 2022
Yeah, right.
to go to Belgrade for 2 weeks. And that was 2 weeks of vacation. I was like, I don't think you here always for 2 weeks. So I have to go to Belgrade. So that was our biggest argument. And I couldn't get in touch with her. My mother, I couldn't get in touch with her for the first few days in Belgrade because the phone didn't have international. So I was upset about that. So that was the only other time this year that I didn't have contact with her daily.
What's the longest you go no contact?
The 3 days in Belgrade, and there was the last week of December. There's some points in December where there was like 24-hour gaps,
Dude.
which is really not normal. And then when she was supposed to be here, she wasn't, and I was like, I'm gonna some sort of person before you're missing. Where are you? Like 24 hours, like 36 hours would be a lot of time. I was making a big deal out of it over the last couple of months, and everyone told me to relax about it, and then I did. So I feel pretty good.
When you guys did communicate, what was the conversation like?
Well,
Just any time, like during the
Oh,
last
yeah.
couple months when she's been traveling.
Oh, yeah.
For work.
I mean, yeah, it's been like, she always says,
You thought, what?
This is what I'm doing today. I said, oh, the boys are off. Sometimes I would she'll send photos of the kids. She would send me photos of what she's doing. She'd have a recap. Anyway, at night I'd be, oh, I'm tired. The kids are running crazy. She's like, oh, there's no food because I do all the cooking normally.
Why does he lie so much?
Eat, and, you know, it's just the recap. Normal as we were together. Yeah, as we were together without being in person. But there were some nights on that I remember December like 23rd, 4th, 2nd, 1st. We didn't have those calls because I think I'd been sick and she was tired, so we went to bed. Kids sometimes they go to bed like, "Had you guys not come, I was going to go to bed. I didn't sleep well last night, so I was going to try to get some sleep tonight." So it's not uncommon for us to go to bed very early.
Is there any mental health issues at all with Anna? Does she have any indicators to you that something is amiss there, or any diagnosis?
No, and not for me. My mother might have a different opinion, certainly, but yeah, she's like that. Well, I guess not. Yeah, probably pushing. That's pushing. Not a mental problem. Yeah. Sorry.
What the?
No, probably.
I'm glad he's this happy after chopping up his wife.
She'd never, thought about psychiatry or even discussed it until recently.
Has she ever been violent or anything like that?
No.
Have you guys ever had a
Allegedly.
No.
No,
None of that stuff.
It's for us coming in here. It's tough because we obviously want to find out as quickly as possible. We don't know her, and there's many common reasons why people don't miss it. I'm trying to get the answer to those questions.
Well, please feel free to ask any questions that you have. Don't worry about we understand that you're here to find out and you're working for her.
Well, all right. I mean, one of the reasons someone goes missing is because they were abused or injured or assaulted. Did you do anything to hurt your wife?
No, that's her. I wouldn't hurt my wife. I mean, I love my wife. All we want is to have her back. This family doesn't work without her. I mean, we can't function without her.
You guys never had a physical fight, something like that before?
No, not at all.
I mean, so there's no mental health, there's no financial problems, there's no extramarital affairs, no physical abuse. The only stress I'm hearing right now is the work.
Being separated.
Separation, depression from a combination of those two.
Yeah. Also, her mother being ill, she had a major neurological event last year, and that's why she had to go to Belgrade. So it was like pressure from that. My mother has had some health problems. So, and then the kids, it all adds up. I mean, I want you to know. Up until, I'm looking at it now, it's nothing compared to this. It seemed like a lot a week ago. Being apart, the mother's not doing well, the legal problems, the kids growing and you're worried about all of those things seemed like a lot.
To you or to her?
I think we discussed them both, like I was like overwhelmed by the 3 children. She was missing. It was a really bad situation. We discussed splitting them up, like Tom would go with her, and then he wants to split the up. We're watching all the kids, and I was like, how is that going to be for your job? I mean, we did not have a good solution. I mean, it up until, it felt untenable until right now. I'll go back to that moment. It'd be very easy for me to work out because I still have my partner would be here right now to work it out.
Where would you go to look for it? I mean, if you could go anywhere right now, where do you go to look for it? You have a favorite place? You have,
we were yelling at everyone. We were exhausted. We were all over the hotels and the hospitals. And a favorite restaurant in DC, which is near the house. There were investigators waiting there all day. And people or something like that. to say, well, maybe she should go there, but I don't know. Anna was not someone who would just want to like, go out and she was adventurous, but not that adventurous. When she had a layover in Frankfurt, I think, and I told her to, her flight was delayed, so I said, go into town. I don't know. She's not someone who would want to do it by herself. That would be, she would always want to do it with me or at least someone else. I like to think it would only do with me, but obviously, it wouldn't be something, she would just go off on her own, like my father was really traveling by himself and seeing big and things like that. So that was not my experience in Lana.
I guess this tough week last week, I don't think it rises to the level of wanting to hurt herself or anything like that.
I just can't, I personally can't imagine that.
Does Brian ever shut the hell up? Like, dude, he's just
I
rambling.
talked to Alyssa about it today. She's a friend of Carrie Westbrook. And I guess she was going to go see her. They've been good. They came up at the end of Washington together. I don't know what happened. She was trying to get there. The SIM card broke and she was exhausted, not feeling well. I saw her. She turned on FaceTime and replied.
He's like, I sat on the toilet today.
I was like, I guess Mayor's complaining about some stuff, and she's like, hey, you're break, I'm not doing very well. It's the first time she's ever said that. I say that all the time, I'm not doing well, but it was the first time she ever said that to me. So that was new, and Jen said that she seemed different, but I mean, the extent that you're talking about, with this extent, is, this is just unbelievable.
Was that before or after Christmas?
Unbelievable.
No, SIM card went down after Christmas because she got in touch with me very quickly. So we got it.
Well, I know you said you're willing to, do whatever you can to help the investigation. We thank you for that. Part of that, I think, is trying to understand Anna. I think if you would allow us to look through your phone and consent to us downloading your phone and seeing some of the communications between you and her and like her tone. And you said in the interview that she said that she may have used your phone occasionally to receive stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'll help us really create a permanent timeline of the events of the 1st and 31st and 1st, and maybe get a better insight into Anna. Is that something you'd be okay with?
Just to be clear, you want to download everything on my phone?
Yeah.
We'll download, the extraction will download all the contents to your phone, yes.
You killer.
Oh, that's a lot.
What we're focusing on though is, what we're interested in, yes, download everything, we're interested in. looking
He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
finding
whoa.
information specifically in there that would help us do that. The Anna-specific content.
That's a huge amount of personal information, gentlemen.
It's a big ask, but there's a lot on the line.
No, there is a lot.
You know what I mean?
What's your concern?
I don't know.
Are there other legal issues?
That's one of them. I guess my request would be, I'm willing to do anything, but my only request would be like, because Tracy might have called me today about what's going on, and
Who's that?
Tracy Myers is representing me.
Okay.
So she says, before you do anything, you have to talk to me. I want to do everything I can to support this 100%, but I gotta call her about it.
She said before you do anything, like turn on the phone or anything?
No, like before you do anything else. I mean, she always wants to be here to talk to her. Unfortunately, I said, well, I'm going to talk to them and give them whatever they want. I have to ask her quickly about that. I'm sure it would be fine, or she might say, okay, can we just do the information that you're asking for?
Right.
Well, that's all we would be interested in. We'd be interested in your communication with Anna and dates of, the 31st and the 1st of present. We're not interested in your other tasks.
No, I understand.
And, that I believe, that you're represented by counsel in that matter. I don't, I'm not legal, despite being a police officer, I'm not a legal expert, but talk to your attorney, but I believe that would require a search warrant for that stuff to be used against you, and that's not what we're looking to even.
How long would it take for you to download it?
Oh, he's worried about that.
Once we hook it up to the machine, which is in Canton, it would take, depending on how many gigabytes of data. It was a lot.
Yeah, like, I don't know where you're going.
It's a smaller one.
Then, I don't know, it could be 30 minutes, 30 to an hour.
Okay, so now it's,
About an hour to download. Yeah. I mean, I think it would be useful to our investigation. I think it would be
Okay.
helpful
all right, well, I want you to know that I'm absolutely, that is my intention.
Sure.
And my only request is just talk to Tracy and let her know that that's what I want to do. At least let her give me what my exposure would be in life.
Right, just so you're aware, then he peace of mind, we don't have a crime, we're not investigating a crime, this is a missing person.
No, I understand.
We're here at a community care safety promotion.
No,
Just so we're abundantly clear.
I'm fully aware of that, and, no, I appreciate it, and I want you to know I'm not going to, I'll be very quick with it. And if Tracy and I were talking in the morning, then we'll do the process, I'll just give you the phone, or I come to Canton, or, I mean, to be away from, I do a lot of work on the phone as well. It's the,
well, we can probably get it, and we get it, we should do it here.
Oh, wow.
oh,
Really,
really?
we have a portable device.
Okay.
We'll bring it here and do a download. Guy who works in my office that does it efficiently. Send him over.
Okay, great. So, you guys, gentlemen, honor my request to be willing to talk to Tracy about it.
No one's taking your phone from you.
No. I don't, I'm only interested in finding.
I think that's his lawyer too, isn't it?
But, I just.
He's
have
like,
to
talk to my
make
lawyer,
sure that,
basically.
But
Or let me check with her.
That I listen to all the advice I have.
Maybe not.
Comes my way, which is a lot. I do apologize, but, I most likely will be able to do that, and I'll be able to do it. And that is my intention and my declaration.
Is there any, what possessions do we know that Anna had on her person? What's in her wallet? Like, we know she had a wallet, she didn't bring her sunglasses.
She has a ring in her wedding band.
Oh, here we go with the story.
So she's got the engagement ring.
He's like, the ring was made in 1921.
She bought some, she had a ring and a necklace. And
They didn't ask that, dude.
Then
Like,
she-
shut up.
She would have luggage, Prada, and she would have a Prada bag, or usually
Oh.
a Prada bag. And then, what else would she have? She would have a Rolex or Hermes watch. And,
Rolex or what?
Hermes. Hermes, Hermes watch. She would have, she had some small diamond earrings.
She was just wearing all this.
He's going through her whole jewelry box.
Yeah, she was, I think she had the, I heard she had the Rolex with the Hermes, but it was the Hermes watch she had.
That she arrived.
Yeah.
It's not here now.
Yeah, so because everything's at Washington DC.
All her, what's in
All
Washington?
of our stuff is in Washington DC, like 2% of the stuff.
But this stuff here came with her.
Yeah, all this came with it.
It's just a short black jacket, is that right?
Yeah.
But you don't know what kind of pants or she was wearing?
I'm not sure. And the 100 boots is weird. Normally she wears like leather boots, like Prada boots or something she wears. So, that was I heard about her. So what was it? Who was there?
Does she leave any, belongings here, like toiletries, any?
Yeah, she's got a couple things in the up in the bathroom that's mixed with all of our stuff, and then she has her pajamas, and there's underwear and different clothing. She's got a drawer over in. Remember I took you upstairs and there was Brian's room?
Yep.
Yeah, one of the drawers there. She's got all of her clothing.
Okay.
But
Well, he got rid of the whole body, but he couldn't chop up those hunter boots. So he threw them in the dump.
so she has enough clothing to last for a day or two, and then she has and then she brings some stuff. So.
Have you had conversations with Thomas about what exactly you saw in that morning?
He did, it's all, there was 6-year-old,
Dude.
What do you got, buddy?
did you make some, did you just make some art? Oh, that's so nice.
What do we have?
You want to explain it?
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, that was,
I like this.
not bad for some, better than I could do. Oh, there's other. But they just.
I'm getting like Brian Koberger vibes too.
And Thomas, when there's action.
Scary.
He loves it. So his mother came down and then said, I gotta go. And then one of the things, I love you see you soon. And then she left. I mean, first he said she went to a taxi. And then I said, was the car up here? He said, no, it was all the way down there. So I said, you didn't see the car. He said, no. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, so, yeah.
That's pretty much what I want to ask him exactly.
Yeah. So it's, yeah.
Just see if we get the same answer.
Yeah, of course. So.
He saw a vehicle that she got into the obviously, doesn't sound like he did, but we'll ask him again.
Yeah, and he kept saying it was a taxi, and I was like.
But
I missed
I know you mentioned, I can't remember, did she only take Uber or Lyft?
Normally it's Uber, but she has Lyft as well, I know that.
Have you guys ever called the local taxi company before?
I called, John's Taxi or something several times, I forget what it was, but I pulled it up and I was calling, but I would call in the mornings at 8 on time, it's very hard to get it at like 5 in the morning.
Right.
How did you normally get to the airport?
Yeah, that, Uber, yeah. Did you guys get in touch with Uber?
That is one of the people that are getting back to us.
Because we've called as well, and they are like, not. Because I said, they said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. But that's like a Jen, Deller, like, well, we just have to find out when the Uber comes. And I was like, that would be helpful, yeah.
And that was under her name, like,
Absolutely, yeah,
not a business account or anything like
no,
that.
all of the apps and stuff were under, her
It
name.
would be under like her.
Oh, Tissue Spy? Or?
Yep.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Something like that.
No, the last thing Nick was that credit card.
Paying to change names over in all your accounts, sometimes you just leave it alone, you know?
Yeah, well, when we met, she did the switch and Nick, and then when we got married, she did the switch and Nick and Walshe. But I don't think there's anything left, maybe chips, but maybe in Belgrade there is. Actually, she doesn't have a Serbian passport.
Okay.
She's Serbian.
She does, yeah.
She had US also.
Yes, yes.
Dude.
Where does she keep the Serbian passport? Or does she carry it around with her?
Yeah, she does. Normally she only has a US passport, but if she carries like the Serbian passport, she wouldn't carry it because it's not useful. They won't here in the United States.
I'm just gonna sneak in there, if they're asking Thomas
Yeah,
questions,
go
I
ahead.
don't wanna ask them the same
Okay,
questions, so
yeah.
I just wanna see if they're asking them.
Whatever.
So what's he working on? Is Brian here?
We have to ask
Can
him.
you decipher for me?
I don't know.
I don't have kids, so I
Oh,
can't translate the drawings.
Well, he's doing some math for us,
Yeah.
and he's got the happy face and the heart. But then he's got his spooky movie stuff over there.
I don't have.
What are they doing?
And then the colorful heart is new to me. Actually, no, it's not true. He enjoys that. He was doing a colorful rainbow before, but now he's doing a colorful heart. So the kids have no idea what's going on there. Having a grand old time with all of this. They're so used to it the last 69 or 89 months now, mommy comes to visit.
Yes.
She's like, hey, I'll talk to you later. Like, okay, see you soon. Bring chocolate.
What's your schedule like tomorrow?
Pretty good. What would you?
They're like, where are you going to be?
Require or request?
Well, we would like to talk to the kids, but we have trained professional who just interviews kids, it's not a police officer. It's just like a civilian that works with the DA's office, and it's not at a police station, and it's actually at a very nice house in Foxborough, near Gillette Stadium.
It's not too far from here, right?
Well, it's probably, so it's actually right behind Gillette Stadium.
Beacon Road.
Hey, yes, that's it. But it's right behind Gillette generally. And it's a good setup. It's actually like just a couple of couches and chairs and toys.
You want to talk to Brian Hamlin?
Just bring the kids. Well, obviously,
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, she went missing like super early in the morning or the day, I think. And then her work is the one who called her in. So I think it was like later that day. But yeah, he's just shooting the shit like nothing.
yeah, not speaking, I'm guessing much.
Some words, but William doesn't speak that. I mean, he speaks a little bit. I mean, he's like, I forgot about the phone. So
I think you can bring all the kids and toys for them to play with. And we'll see if we're just gonna have the person ask them questions about mom and last time, recent conversations they can remember with her. That's pretty much it.
that's fine.
And it's really kind of like a nice, casual, comfortable setting for children. It's specifically designed for that. We actually use it for like children who are victims and stuff like that. It's really easy going. And you'll see and sit down before anyone talks to anyone. Yourself in situations. If you can get, I think we can get the kids in tomorrow. If
What time?
I don't know what time yet,
Okay.
but we can call you in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta just, we normally I take him to school. So, I'd certainly be willing to organize that, and I'll talk to Tracy about, maybe we could do all of it tomorrow.
That's actually,
Yeah,
that
that's a good idea.
would be convenient. We could just-
Well, I mean, we don't have extra time. I'm an emergency, so.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, what time are you up, about 7 in the morning, you said?
Unfortunately.
That's what time my house gets up to.
Yeah, no, right, how old are your children?
1.5 and 4.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, the 4-year-old is starting to give you feedback, right?
Oh, yeah, he's fresh. Let me see if I can get time here.
Yeah, it's usually a really nice moment does the question, it's just a conversation.
It's fun. If anything that you feel is going to help, I'm willing to do. That's what you know.
We're trying every avenue here. You know
I
what mean?
appreciate that, yeah.
Usually, we just need one little bit. And we can,
All right, great.
so typically, something will jump out. You know what I mean?
Okay, I love that. Tom's gonna have the time of his life.
You won't have a problem talking.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I guess there's no one scheduled to be in there tomorrow, as far as like children being interviewed,
Mhm.
so it's probably wide open.
Okay.
Just gotta see what time the counselor is available to be there. I'm guessing they're probably pretty flexible, but like you said, probably get it done. Time is of the essence.
Well,
4 days. He got interviewed. I think this interview is 4 days later.
I'm waiting till it's done.
After I think she was missing.
Waiting till Monday makes no sense. At this
I
point. We have no
think-
time.
Yeah. So we can talk in the morning and confirm. I'll try to get you like a tentative time. Well, we can just plan on it. I mean, we can tentatively would like 10 o'clock work.
So I have to leave here at 9 or something, right?
You'd have plenty of time if you looked at that.
Oh, it's the third.
Oh, hi, William.
It's an
Oh,
asshole.
yeah.
Hey, buddy.
That's the
Oh, the third. Okay. Thought it was a fourth, but I wasn't sure.
Your iPad, yeah, I'm gonna help you find it, okay? Okay. That may be a terrible mistake of giving the iPad to the young age now. That's ruined everyone's life. Remember when they didn't have electronics in bed when we were younger?
Well, my boss in Canada is gonna give me a time shortly, so before we leave, before they wrap up, and they hopefully we can set something up.
Any other?
Trying to think, anything else we have before we terminate that?
I'm trying to think, is there any part of the house that we didn't consider looking at, or should we leave anything behind? Like any?
No, but if you guys wanna take another look, I mean, certainly open to that. If that's supportive, I know, I know you gotta look everywhere.
Right.
Your job, I'm not, it's neutral, so don't worry.
We got a new set of eyes, so I'd like to just check the
Okay,
box
yeah,
anytime.
I love it, yeah.
Is there an attic?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so we didn't hit the attic
No,
last time,
right.
so we definitely want to do that.
Yeah, okay, it's not one that you can, like, walk around. And,
Right.
we tried that and I broke the seal and had to fix it, yeah.
10 o'clock, anytime. Kristen is the name of the council that'll be there tomorrow, and I guess anytime works. So 10 o'clock sounds okay to you, 10:30 or?
How long is the session gonna be? Because that's an important distinction.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they can go a long time, but
Like an hour?
those are, the long ones are when we're actually have like a specific incident or a crime to actually dive into. In this instance, it's gonna be like, more of just like a conversation, and, how's mom,
Wake up, Brian.
their sense of how mom is and stuff like that, I guess, So I think it's gonna be, I guess my answer is, I don't think it's gonna be terribly long.
Well, do you think it'll be more or less than an hour?
For both of them, I would say an hour.
Okay, so if it's an hour,
Did you have to get back or something?
I'm just trying to figure out, the timing. I think 10 would probably work out just fine, so.
Okay, so let's plan on 10 o'clock. I'll get you the address before we leave. And we'll plan that, we'll talk in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so you don't mind if we just take?
No.
I haven't been here before.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, do you want me to, I'll knock this up.
Yeah.
All right, it is, 2053, Thursday, January 5, 2023, starting off the report.
Sergeant, I'd like to ask some questions about January 5. After that, well, actually, there's people talking in the other room. Who are they?
The people talking on that table?
No, there's conversations going on behind you, it sounds like. What's going on there?
Detective Lieutenant Lopes and Sergeant Buchanan are interviewing the defendant's mother, Diana Walsh.
And after the interview, did you have the opportunity to walk around the residence again?
Yes.
What did you see in the attic?
I went in the attic. The attic's unfinished. There's insulation and exposed floor joists.
But nothing else in there?
Correct.
Did you go back down the basement?
Yes.
What did you see in the basement?
If you go down the steps, to the right is utilities. If you go left, there's like a refrigerator, there's some storage boxes, some trash bags, some cleaning equipment.
Did you do anything with the trash bags?
I kind of manipulated the bag from the outside.
And what did you notice?
I felt like there was a carpet sample or a piece of a rug inside of one.
Did you open the bags?
I did not.
Did you have the opportunity to go outside again?
Yes.
What did you do outside?
We checked the shed, the backyard, walked around the property again.
And did you do anything with the pool?
We shined our flashlights into the pool again, but it was looked at with the floodlights the night prior.
Now, What about vehicles that night? Did you look at any vehicles?
We looked at the Volvo again.
And what did you do to look at the Volvo?
We went through it more thoroughly.
And did anyone give you permission?
Yes,
Who?
the defendant.
And what did you find in the Volvo?
In the Volvo was a receipt and a cell phone.
And did you ask the defendant about the cell phone?
Yes,
And what did he say about the cell phone?
it was the eldest son's cell phone.
And the receipt, where was the receipt from?
Lowe's,
Was there a date on it?
January 4th.
And do you know which Lowe's?
Weymouth Lowe's.
Now, on January 5th, besides this interview that's recorded, did you have any other conversations with Mr. Walsh?
Yes, we spoke on the phone a few times earlier that day.
Well, let me ask you, when was the first time you spoke to him that day?
Just before 9 a.m. on that Thursday.
And do you remember the substance of that conversation?
I just let him know that we were working on the investigation and we would be in touch.
And when was the next time you spoke to him?
About 3:45 p.m.
And what did you talk about in that conversation?
I had called him and left a message. He had called right back, and he asked about media and a PR person. And I had asked about if Anna carried large sums of cash on her. And he said sometimes yes, sometimes no.
What did he ask about a PR person?
He asked if he should get a PR person or talk to the media.
What did you say?
I said that he's free to talk to the media, although I don't recommend it.
Brian really thought he was the president of the United States.
Now, how long were you at the Walsh residence that night with the state police?
About 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
And what did you do after you left the Walsh residence?
We all went back to the Cohasset Police Station.
What did you do at the Cohasset Police Station?
We began digging into the financial institutions, but given the hour, they were closed and it was tough to get a hold of any record keepers.
So I take it now we're getting into January 6th.
Yes.
What did you do on January 6th as far as this investigation?
A large-scale search ensued. We brought in command posts and we established a staging area.
Who brought in command posts?
The Metro-Elect command post was present and the Mass State Police command post.
Where were they set up?
Behind Stop and Shop at 400 Chief Justice Cushing Highway.
And how was the large-scale search done of the area?
There were canines. There was the Metro search and rescue team and the State Police CERT team conducting an area search of that wooded area.
Now, was anything recovered in that search?
No.
Sir, what was done to try and find surveillance video in that area?
Neighborhood canvases were conducted.
And how'd you do that?
We requested assistance from neighboring agencies, their detectives, to come in. We'd pair a detective with a trooper, and they go around checking residents and businesses for any sort of security footage.
What was done as far as press conferences on the 6th?
My chief, Chief Quigley, gave a press conference on that Friday.
Now, did you have the opportunity to speak to any people as far as witnesses on the 6th?
Yes.
Who'd you speak to?
Jem Mutlu,
And where did that conversation take place?
the Cohasset Police Station.
And who was with you when that conversation took place?
Trooper DeChico.
And
Chupa de Chico.
that day on the 6th, what was done as far as obtaining any digital devices from the defendant?
We collected on consent some digital devices.
And who went there to get those, if you know?
Lieutenant Fanning,
From what department?
Mass State Police.
And now, sir, when is it the next time you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Walsh after the interview on the 5th?
I spoke to him on the phone Friday.
The 6th?
Yes.
And after that conversation, did you ever speak to him again?
Saturday
Saturday. And where did that conversation take place?
at the same dining room table in his home.
And who was present for that conversation?
Myself, Trooper DeChico, Trooper Proctor, Attorney Minor, and the defendant.
And about what time did that conversation begin on the 6th?
About 2 p.m.
Was anything returned to him on the 6th?
The digital devices that we had.
So you guys remember Trooper DeChico and Trooper 𝐕𝐞𝐥𝐥 are from the Karen Reed case.
On consent.
And were you present for that?
Oh,
Yes.
Now, have you had the opportunity to review the statement from January 7th?
Yes,
And does it fairly and accurately reflect the defendant's statements?
it does.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to have marked as Exhibit 55 the next drive that has the interview from January 7th.
Any new objections?
Same objection.
All right, they're acknowledged. The audio from 1/7/23 is now marked and in evidence as Exhibit 55. Thank you.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, may I begin playing Exhibit 55?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman?
I know.
The reporter is on. It is 13:52 on June 7th, 2023. My name is Harrison Schmidt. I'm a detective with Cohasset Police. Our present is
Dave DeChico, DICICCO.
With Proctor, PRO, CTOR, Detective with Norfolk County DA's office.
Tracy Minor, attorney for Brian Walsh.
And I'm Brian Walsh.
perfect. Thank
And
you.
we've agreed that I get a copy of the report.
Absolutely. I have no problem.
We were just talking about social media emails and passwords that Anna may use. And, so staying on that topic, let's just try to go through all methods of communication that you know Anna to use. I also know she has a cell phone. Within that cell phone, applications that she uses, I know of Viber. And does that generate a separate phone number, or is that just within networks of texting like WhatsApp?
Yeah, so she's used WhatsApp as well, but Viber is how she gets in touch with her sister mostly. But she used it a lot when she was in Belgrade.
Did she have any applications on her phone that generate secondary telephone numbers that you know?
No.
Did she make any calls to
Instagram, she might use Instagram. I don't know much about that. And the iMessenger stuff has been people calling her on that. It's been coming on my phone over the last week, so.
And password for Instagram?
Those are the passwords that we use for stuff for banking, so I don't know if she uses it for that or not.
And 𝐣𝐨𝐢𝐧, capital B,
Right. She usually uses that for accounts that we were, like, that she wanted to get me on. So like the credit cards. So maybe the bank accounts, I don't really look at the bank accounts, but Netflix and things like that.
Back to any other methods of communication? Well, Facebook.
I don't think I have access to that. Whatever she put in my phone is what I had. But Facebook, Instagram, what I do, email, text, and phone calls. Yeah, Venmo. I don't know if that's it. Yeah. Right. So that Venmo would be something.
With regard to the financials, we talked about, we gave us 5 banking institutions that you guys use. If I remember correctly, it was Fidelity, Chase, Apple Credit Union, Marblehead.
Liberty Bay, yeah, Grand Union, Liberty Bay, yeah, Liberty Bay is a credit union or something. And they have, there's a, they have one of their locations right here in Hingham. Or is that the credit unions in Virginia?
Is it Liberty Day or Liberty Bank?
Liberty Bay, yeah.
And didn't she recently open the account in DC?
I think she was using her at the credit union.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about, Capital?
No, I had a credit card from Capital One.
She wouldn't have access.
No, definitely. No, not for that one, no.
All right, let's, anything else?
The money that was moved from sale of the house to that escrow or 1031 exchange. I think what else? I mean,
And where is that, the account name? Or circle back to that.
yeah,
But I think you said, what was that, about $250,000?
yeah, it's 200,000.
And is that, those are the proceeds from the sale of the Rear Street condo?
Yeah, yes, 10 December 29th.
December 29th is when the sale actually closed.
That's when the money hit. Yeah.
And what is the property that exchange is slated to go into?
Well, there wasn't anything chosen yet. There was possibilities in Baltimore, but there was also, talk about something here in Massachusetts. But Baltimore, I think, was the main focus.
You guys have.
No, there has been nothing.
And you have a couple other properties in there.
2 in the lane, not in Revere.
And any other assets?
There's what's in Belgrade. There's a condo there and probably a small bank account that her and her mother share. Yeah.
Is the condo in Belgrade in her name, was her
It's in
mom's?
mom's name. Then they also have a piece of property across that her and her sister own. There's a piece of property across from the condo in Belgrade that her and her sister inherited from her father. And then there's her, it doesn't sound like she went international, but then there's the country house, which is about 45 minutes out of Belgrade. That's in her mother's name. And it was never in her father's name.
And these are all, the assets are brought in the US, those are all joint. Correct?
Well, everything's on his name.
Well, yeah, not name, but, all right. Fair enough. Is there any business dealings, properties that she's doing on her without your,
Without my knowledge?
well, without your knowledge, you wouldn't know, without your, like, report, so to speak, like she's kind of like, this is my project, I'm doing this, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
I'll handle this.
No, that's not how our marriage works at all. If she was doing something like that, then I would have zero information about it. No, we talked about everything, when she was looking for the dog, she was looking for a new car, all these things.
So her business life, obviously, inspire and then this real estate investment. That's what I know about.
Only, my company, the Lens company. Yeah, it's a cybersecurity training company, and that's a new company that I've been working on with my business partners. So that's what I do, not watching the kids and doing other stuff. So that's my main focus, and we've been building it up over the last 2 years. It's off the ground running. It's not profitable yet, but we're going to go cash flow positive this year. Training, yeah, human-based cybersecurity training. We work with a psychologist or a workplace psychologist who's my business partner as well. And we come in and train high functioning teams like yourself in multi-team systems. Right now you're reaching out to all sorts of different teams, and the ability to work cohesively with another high functioning team is very important, especially for cybersecurity and for cybersecurity breaks. So, and it's all about incident response.
Any major financial losses with that?
No, not at all. No, in fact, we're looking to close a large deal with the UK government. We've got 5 or 6 possibilities, and we have a partner in the UK called QA, where they sell a lot of trainings to private and public companies over there. So it's been moving pretty quickly for a small startup.
Other businesses, is that their sole
That's the main.
business at the moment?
That's the main focus. Yeah.
There's a trading card business?
Yeah, there's the fresh pulls, but that's not really a focus. It's just it's a mutual friend of Anna and I's who asked for support, and we've been doing that over the last year or two, but looking to unwind out of that as fast as possible. Just wasn't a business that I was terribly interested in, and I was happy to support Jesse, but also I don't see the financial benefits of that.
Is there a large investment on your end for that, or start that up?
Yeah, I mean, we helped them out with definitely a good amount of money, $50,000 or so dollars.
Place to recoup that money?
Yes, yes, yeah. The focus is to recoup that and actually to use that money for restitution. Yes.
What was the investment with cybersecurity?
Yeah, I can actually I don't have the exact numbers on that. I guess it would be 90. So it was $80,000 over 2 years.
That's on track.
We have a government contract now that's going to pay us $40,000 this year, and it's for over 5 years. So things go well, and then we got to close any UK deals. But once that happens, we would be cash flow positive. Both my partner's not taking any salaries out of those yet, though. So
Your partner in the trading card business?
he's invested.
Dissolving?
No.
Dissolving? Or
No, I'm not partners. No. No, I'm just
You invested?
yeah, it was a support system for him, and we're friends. So I saw opportunity during the pandemic. Things have really cooled off in that market, and that's why I'm looking to unwind, and hopefully he'll be one of his partners. And now he and someone else are going to run it themselves, and they're bringing on a couple other people. Just it wasn't for me. He's invested over $100,000 in the business, and he hasn't taken any money or salary for the last 18 months, and he's looking to make another investment in the business possibly. Oh yeah, neither did I. They have some boxes like $10,000. It's kind of insane.
So this is like for new partners, new investment partners to your 50?
Unclear at this time. But he's bringing on someone who's got a huge amount of inventory, which is what they didn't have, and that's going to off the sales of that, I could remove my money definitely.
We brought up the restitution.
Yes.
What is the timetable for that to be resolved? What's going on?
We don't have a timetable.
They don't.
That's why
I have been pressing to get as much paid as possible, as soon as possible, but we don't have any deadlines.
So is the case of harvesting? How that works?
I would like as much restitution as possible to be paid prior to sentencing.
Yeah.
At sentencing, whatever money has not yet been paid, people have a time period to pay it, set by probation. It's usually 3 to 5 years, typical.
Okay.
But it's always beneficial.
Is that the prosecution?
Defendant to pay off things as quickly as possible. So that's always my goal, but there's no timetable imposed.
What's the total dollar amount of restitution? That's still a ballpark.
Ballpark 450,000.
But we've already paid, what, close to 200,000,
How does it pay that much?
175.
That much. It's a little complicated because Brian's mother put up bail money of 75,000 that she has pledged towards restitution. So once he's sentenced, you get that back, but she's not getting it back. It's going towards restitution. And I think you paid.
Oh, and so it's, so 165. Yeah. And there's,
I'm confused. That's why I'm confused, Laura, because I think the jury's still in there.
right, just so you know, Anna's main thing was like, what are you going to DC? The reason why I couldn't was because it's not resolved. She was like, well, you're
They're still doing the interview, the audio interview, but yeah, the jury's in there,
DC, then we'll just pay that bill. And I was like, it doesn't exactly work that way.
right?
So the monitoring that we're on here,
It was supposed to be, it would have been concluded in October. I think so.
Hingham Savings.
No, they didn't.
That something you want to do for pay
I went down to Cohasset town and we got here and I opened up at the local bank. It's a new, it was just one of the oldest bank in the United States or Massachusetts. And I thought, oh, this is great. I'll have a personal account there. I never used the Hingham Savings, but all the restitution money went in. And I took, so I put it all in there and wrote the check out. So that was the whole point of that. But I never did anything with that account. No access to it at all. I never it has been closed for a year.
Possibility that she had an account that you didn't know about? Would that surprise you?
It would surprise me. Yeah, it definitely would surprise me. But I mean, it's possible. When she got the JetBlue card, she told me she was getting it. So
Going back just to what we're on, is it a possibility that you're going to be incarcerated at all into this?
possible. Yeah.
Still on the table.
Of 6 months. But that has not, that's all been put under suspense because of this.
So that's also.
Because it's one thing if Anna could take care of the kids for 3 months, for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's another thing.
But also, I mean, Anna and my mother both lost it. They were not having it. So
That you may.
well,
for 6 months.
after all of this, because we've been apart for so long, she's like, why do we do all of this? Why do we struggle this much? I mean, the cost of this house and running the townhouse and all the traveling and not being together. I remember being very upset when I talked to her about it.
Did you guys discuss the plan for the kids if you were to go, say you were to go in for 6 months, like where would the kids go?
We've discussed the plan of the kids going to DC without me.
Yeah.
And we discussed that on September 1st, because we only got this house for 6 months. I had said, maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know how long I will be able to see you or the children. And you'll be all by yourself. There will be not be a lot of support. But, we decided to do another 6 months here, which ends March 1st. Now, as we had a difficult holiday season because of, not being able to see each other and her mother's illness and having to go to.
For me, it confused me because I don't know like the legality between the federal case and how much that's playing a role into this, because they were just bringing up how he owed money for that. But this is a criminal case on the death of Anna Walsh. Maybe one doesn't have to do with the other, but I don't know. I was confused too.
Belgrade, take a vacation there, not here. I said, maybe it's time to send the kids and I'll get a smaller place and we'll have to figure it out. And she said, well, let's discuss it. Let's discuss it, for the new year, and especially after news that Tracy gave us a few days before. And also, what was Tracy going to say if I take the kids? And I try to do it with the kids. And I said, but I also said, you're exhausted without the kids. Think about what that's going to be like, having 3 boys at the house, and we only do ponds. So there was a lot up in the air. There's a huge amount of stress with that.
Yeah, that's a big life change. So what, the lady over there in DC?
We were thinking of moving Robin. Robin is relatively new. We were going to ask her if that would work out. She's in Serbia. She asked a few people if she was going to fly them in maybe. Her mother and my mother can no longer support the kids. They're just not in shape. They were a few years ago. Now it's just not possible. She's like, I bring my mother. And I was like, your mother's never like that. She can't let us. Yeah. Well, I mean, they were watching, her mother did help us a few years ago with 2, but it just wasn't possible anymore. So, especially after her neurological incident last year. So
how did that conversation, like, where did that rest? Like where did you guys leave that?
Well, I left a message for her, and I was going to get more information from Tracy, and I was going to speak to Anna, and I'll just speak to my mother about it too. They both have a huge investment. Nothing had been decided, but that's where the thing was.
Okay, so I'd like to go back to first the left here. We really need to find out.
Yeah, really, because Brian won't shut the hell up. Okay, Brian, the cop is talking right now, or the detective.
What
right now.
you did that day, and a good timeline for you. I know that a previous couple interviews told us that I had left in 1:06, and you got up at 7:30.
Yeah, a little after
7:30 in practice. And
French toast, yeah.
That's Brian right there.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, right.
Why don't we just start at when you got out of bed?
Yeah, of course. So we go get out of bed, and then because Brian wakes up, and then I came down. I didn't change in Brian because I had to go to William's room. So sometimes, like I said, I'm supposed to change in the morning. I don't always. And then William was still asleep in his room at the time, but Brian was up. Brian likes to come down the stairs himself, so I got down, and then Thomas was already on the couch. They started wanting to leave early for work. He's like, yeah, I already know. I said goodbye. I was like, all right, French toast time. So Brian came down. I made the breakfast and, emptied out, cleaned up after some of the stuff from last night's dinner, emptied out the dishwasher and that stuff. And then I went up to get William and bring him down for the breakfast. So then we had the breakfast, which is the kids love the French toast on days off. And then was it coconut melon was I think what I put on for the kids. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was that. The kids have their iPads too, as you know. There's a lot of new toys that we were playing with. So that was most of the morning. I didn't have the phone at the time. I think I emailed, I made sure the phone was in my, so Zach and Daniel, who are, we basically working, we're always in contact every day, so I wanted to know that my phone wasn't working in case something was coming across to let them know that I could only get emails on it and my mother. So those are the 3 emails I sent out. I was going to send out more, but I just didn't have time, but I figured the phone would show up. So Robin came in, and the kids were excited to see Robin. And then I got ready. I hadn't gotten ready at all. I showered and everything like that. So, and I had time from 3 to 9 to leave the house. And it was to go see my mother.
I can't stand Ryan.
But I had to go out and get the milk and the juice and some other things. Mainly the milk was the reason why I went to Shaw's. And then I came back and set that up. So I left at 4 instead of leaving at 3. And then I drove up and saw my mother, and then a couple errands, CVS and Whole Foods is the main things that I remember. I talked to her,
And remember, they end up finding out that he's lying about going to CVS and Whole Foods.
The usual stuff, made sure everything was going well, and then I drove back, and that was the main thing. I think I got back, at 8 or something like that. Yeah, that's it. My times are pretty strict, so, and I'm, you call, I'm 100% compliant on those.
Right. So when you first left the house at, Josh?
Yeah, around a little after 3.
I think.
I might have gone to Walgreens, I'm trying to think. I might have gotten some baseball cards for Thomas or something like that. Yeah, I only know about it because of the Fresh Pulls. Barnes and Noble is the place where you get baseball cards too.
Shut up, Brian.
You don't know if you have Walgreens.
I do go to Walgreens a lot when I'm next to Shaw's. But yeah, so I don't recall. I was pretty focused on making sure I didn't know.
Okay, so then after that, you come home.
Yeah.
While you're here.
Oh, I just, got the stuff in the fridge and, basically told Robin I was heading out, checked on the boys and things like that. And then I was gone.
And, direct to your mom?
Yes, I did.
What was that address?
330 Paradise Road. Swampscott.
Your condo.
What?
Your,
Condos on, yes, sir.
that's private, because of some family in Swampscott?
It's at something called The Landing. It's like an apartment complex or something.
What unit is it?
1320.
Okay, so you were directed at Swampscott, what route did you drive up there?
It was a little difficult because I got lost because I didn't have the GPS.
Okay.
So it took a bit longer. I went the wrong way, and then I came probably. So what did I do? Because I know this was with 1A on like 1, and then I came across on 114 or something, and then.
Oh no,
To,
Alicia.
what's it called? The Swampscott.
So it took longer than normal.
It took longer than normal, yeah.
How long do you estimate it took to get there?
No, I mean, with no traffic, you can make it in,
Oh.
maybe 60, 70 minutes, but I probably took, I took over a little bit over 90 minutes, maybe. So I was probably there, 30 to 6, but after 5:30.
Okay. Where did you got lost?
I went on 1 instead of going on 1A, and I kept driving
Oops.
further than I had to.
And what did you do with that loss?
She didn't know that I was coming because I normally call in advance. So it took a while to get in. She's like, "Who is it?" She's always, she's like, I was like, "It's your son."
She's just lying.
Here, she's like, "You didn't call." I said, "I don't have the phone," and she opened the door, and then I came in, and then we just talked for a few minutes. I told her what was going on, and then I discussed if she I forget if I brought stuff at the time, or I don't think so. I think I went back out and then brought some stuff from wherever she needs. A couple I forget what it is, but normally it's frozen foods that she likes. I don't know the exact name of it, and that's a couple things from CVS. She likes clean pads. Is usually she can't have enough gloves and clean pads and things like that since the pandemic.
So you left on to CVS,
And then there's I was just in that area, that Swampscott area.
the Whole Foods in CVS?
Yes. Not that I can call here to stop. Sometimes I go stop and shop or what is it, Home Goods, but not this time around.
You probably wouldn't want to stop shopping at the Whole Foods.
Well, they have the food. Also, the food for the dog is like 25% more expensive at Whole Foods. And he
Oh.
was in the shop. So,
Okay.
yeah, so there are times where I would go to get stuff and, obviously, Market Basket and things like that, so.
So you get some grocery shopping for your mom.
Just a little bit, yeah, she does not, require a huge amount, so.
And back to moms after 2 years old, and what, you say you remain there?
Yeah, just a little bit. We just discussed things, and she was like, "What's going on?" And she actually, we discussed what Tracy had said. She's like, she basically said, "You get to see the family," is one of the takeaways, and that was.
Ew, Brian Walsh knows, and then Brian Koberger also has like a big nose. So go off and date them then.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
What's her plan when you hopefully get to DC? With you?
Yes, she's coming with us.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
She's going to live at a separate residence, independent, but much closer. Right now, we're really struggling because she's been far away, and she's like, I'm not moving, especially after the pandemic, and I'm certainly not moving temporarily. So that's why she didn't move down. She was about to move down to Coaxed, but then we were moving, and she was like, okay, well, until I know where you guys are, it's not happening. So I get that. That makes sense. Yes. We were going to bring her to what's the place in Hingham, the Landmark or
I don't live down here.
okay, got it. Yeah. Shipyard. There you go. Thanks.
There's condos.
Yeah, I thought that would be good for her and close enough.
Okay, so you guys were there, and when you come home, you stop and on the way home?
No.
No gas stuff?
Oh. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Did I get gas? I'm sorry. I'll have to check on that. I don't think I got gas.
You only pay things with gas or purchase?
Yeah, I was about to say I usually pay for stuff in a credit card. So if I did get gas, I'd know. I use the Freedom Card. Yeah, the Chase Freedom.
ATS.
That's a joint account.
Ew. I'm sorry, that's too much for me.
Come directly home, and then monitoring.
Yeah, yeah, it does sound about right.
Within those records, it has like a description of, you have to notify them of the rule.
Right.
And what is that done? Is that done in the morning or the evening?
Oh, no.
Every day?
No. So with Marlene, every Thursday I send her an email. If you go through my email, you can look through all of those. And I say, so these are the requests for the week. This is what I'll be doing at this time. May I have permission to take, to school or whatever it is. Now there are some other things that are constant, like taking the kids to school is all set up, right? So I have to take school from Monday to Friday and stuff like that. So those I don't make requests for. The other things, like if I have to see Tracy in person, or see my probate lawyer, or support my mother, or take the kids to a game that's not. I make those requests in advance. If anything changes, I am able to ask about.
I don't think I've heard him ask once about his wife this whole time.
Changes. They're supposed to be 72 hours in advance, though. So same day would have to be an emergency situation.
Okay. I think the particular trip that on Sunday, when you got the sponsor, the description says mom drop off.
Yes, so I was supposed to take, because she was having cataract surgery, so she was coming over. This is what happened. So she was going to come over. I went and I
We've heard more about the mother than the wife.
picked her up. And
That's
I
missing.
brought her back to the house. So she was, okay, so let me figure this out. We went on the 20th or something.
Oh,
the 21st
Lord.
for surgery. At that point, she couldn't do a lot, so she was at the house here. We taking care of her. Then I drove her up, set her up at her place so that she could be comfortable away from the kids. She's unable to stay here for extended periods of time. And also so that, and she likes to leave on and I can have time alone as well. Then I went to pick her up and brought her back. And then she was going to stay until the 1st. She left early and I said, I'll come up. And she's like, I have everything. And I said, okay, I'm all set for Sunday. I'll come up and make sure you're all set for the week so that we're all, everything's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. So we didn't know how fast she recovered much quicker from this cataract surgery than the first one. So I went up to support her instead of drop her off so that she made sure she had everything.
The day you did drop her off early, what was that?
No, her car was here because we brought her car in before her surgery. And then she's like, I can drive, I'm fine. She left on Thursday.
So you're here Sunday night, Thursday night, you go out on Monday? Do you have any scheduled, I can't recall off the top of my head if you had.
I don't believe I had scheduled time on Monday. I probably took, I guess I did have a little bit of scheduled time to do things with the boys. And normally it's for school, but they didn't have it. So I took Thomas for, I remember taking Thomas for ice cream or something like that. So, to mix it up a little bit. What was the other thing? I think that was it. That was the only time I left. I don't remember leaving in the morning.
So you said you could talk to the other boys stay here.
Other boys stayed here with Rob.
What time she goes?
I don't remember. I think I had her come over pretty early because Anna had left, and at the time I didn't have the phone. If you look at the text messages, she's like, so when she left on Sunday, I said, hey, can you come on Monday? I'm all about myself with the boys. I don't know what's happening. I don't have the phone. She said, sure. But she texted me and said, is 9 okay? I was able to get in touch with her because I didn't have the phone at the time. But I was able to, that's when she went out and went through all the garbage in the middle of the day looking for the phone.
The mom was looking in the garbage. Maybe she was helping you dispose of the body parts.
Right, yeah. There was a speaker and then there was the coffee grinder. I was like, that was kind of weird.
What kind of speaker?
I don't know. It's something that Anna had gotten, but when once it was clean, it didn't work anymore, so it all went back in. But I appreciated Robin bringing it all out.
You guys got any Google Voice devices in
No.
there? Okay, so you call once on month.
Yeah, that was it. I think, usually I go get a treat with Thomas. I try to have one-on-one time with him. William and Brian also like it, so I'm trying to mix it up. But I don't have a huge amount of time. Oh, Nuno's over in Hingham is good. I think, is that what we wanted? They wanted to go somewhere. He was asking about somewhere else. I think he wanted to go to Press. He wanted to go to Press, which is the, what's that place? Press is in Morwell or something like that. No, it's actually, it's a healthy place, but he thinks he's getting a chocolate milkshake, but it's just a chocolate banana. I don't know. He figured that he's like this. He's found it to be tasty, so I was like, well, that's better than ice cream. So.
So for the Monday, I mean, at what point do you really start to get
Nervous?
genuinely concerned?
Monday. Yeah, when I had the phone. Once I got the phone,
Nervous?
touched me. I was like, well, this is weird. And we're over time, basically. So I talk, all the time. So, but the week or so before, we had the same situation. Yeah, for Christmas and everything. So I didn't want to freak out at that point. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what happens in the morning. And then that's when all the texts started coming. I was like at 6, I wake up pretty early. So I texted her, I was like, what's going on? That's when I got in touch with Alyssa. And she told me to calm down. And my mother told me to calm down. And Sandra, her sister, was like, I was going to 12:31. No one seemed worried, but I was like, maybe I'm being insane. And, I almost called work last time. Anna's like, do not embarrass me at work. And my husband calling around for me. So I was going to call on Tuesday, but I didn't. And I should have.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear from her. And then on Wednesday morning, that's when I called. I started calling the lines. I don't have a number of someone at work, I realized too.
So did he wait a whole day?
So I called I called the Mazda building, called Crossing building. I called Jeff Chan. I didn't have his number. While I was looking for that number, Graham got in touch with me and said, hi, is what's going on? I was like, here's Brian Mullins, his husband. Oh, thank you, sir. Is she there? He's like, is there a problem? I was like, not if she's at work. And that's when that's when this all. Wednesday morning. That was Wednesday morning. 72 hours.
But you're concerned on Monday, on Tuesday,
Everyone's telling me to calm down.
everyone's on your contact.
And I was going to call work, and the whole thing was like, don't embarrass her at work. And that's why I kept texting. Where are you? I emailed her. I said, missing again.
Who's Alexandra?
Alexandra's sister. So she's got her name is Alexandra, but Anna has all sorts of different names for her. Alex, Sally, Saleh, so all sorts of. So she has a bunch of nicknames. That's Anna's sister.
I saw you communicated with her through the
Viber, yeah.
And on the 4th, which is one to, you'd already told her that you can't get a hold of her.
Yeah.
But then she starts talking about police. Police,
Tell her to wait to call the police because I was at the time I was talking to Petitions Fire people, and the guy Huey was going to get everything in motion. He's the one who said I'll call DC, and he met them, and then he's the one who called Cohasset to get everything going because he's ex Secret Service and everything. So I mean, I asked, basically I was going to do it myself, and he's like, let me do it. And that's the human resource officer, Teresa, who immediately got me in, who called me. She's like, I'm driving over now. I'm gonna tune you in with Huey. So I was like, okay, because I've never filed a missing person report or anything like that. She said, we have support for you, but there was no delay by doing that. In fact, I feel like things happened a lot quicker.
I think things happened pretty quick after.
Yes. Right. Yeah, 100%. I think it was, I'm sorry, I only know this person, Greg immediately came over and he got the information down and he came over again and then Huey called me. Greg gave me the missing persons report, but it was Huey who gave me the incident report.
Didn't Richard Walker do anything?
No. Who's that?
It's not last week, leave.
Okay.
On that, Ryan's mother.
Yeah.
I'd like to offer a report.
Yeah, and I will run up on the people I gotta run up on, and I think, that goes both ways, Generate a lot more leads, generate a lot more time wasting.
Exactly. Instead of focus. Anyway, she wanted me to raise that.
Okay, she spoke to me about it and I said, talk to Tracy, so.
What does she want to offer for a reward?
But you'll offer, you'll offer more, you'll offer hand.
That's awesome.
That's her starting point.
Yeah, I was before that.
But before we do anything, we're
Yeah.
getting approval.
No, it's
from you
important
guys.
that we still.
Sometimes you just make public announcements on their own and offer.
Right, no, we don't want to do anything
No,
that's
we're-
going to impede the investigation.
Yeah, thank you.
No,
Appreciate that.
we're working in alignment with you. That's our focus.
When I called you that next day about the media,
Right.
probably picking up
Yeah.
the inquiries.
Yeah.
This is kind of along the same.
Yeah, it hasn't, it's only created more stress.
I mean, want to work on the same team.
Yeah.
The media kind of has their own.
Yeah, right, sell newspapers. And that's why we brought Tracy's here to, basically, cool that, in a different time where, the rest of us are not operating really very well. And also to,
goal here is to find out.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of, noise from, weeds, from everywhere.
Do you have any other names?
Not off the top of my head, I was just, home here.
Okay.
I figured I'd put it up. But it does not.
No, do you have any other information?
No,
Okay.
no, not right now.
All right.
Obviously, we have
Is he an Uber driver or a Lyft driver?
Richard Walker?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you-
I don't even know if he exists.
Okay.
I'm asking, why you ask that?
Anna had a regular, I don't know if it was Lyft or Uber, but said that like if someone out here, she kept recognized. Like it was the same person
Oh, really?
that would come out. I mean, I guess it's not a lot. Like it's not a high. So 2 or 3 or I don't know how many times, but I never got the person's name. No, just that he was, it was very nice and, good driver. No, I didn't get any info. I didn't think about it. I mean, but I know that she normally you never see an Uber driver twice, and I think she saw him at least twice, if not more.
Some people, private number, direct account.
Right. I don't know if that ever. Yeah, I asked, "Are you doing that?" And she, at the time when I asked, this is a while ago, she said no. So I said, "Are you going to just hire him directly?" She had said no. So that's where we left it, and that was like a month ago or 2 months ago or something.
What rideshare service was
I'm pretty sure it was Uber. It could be Lyft. I never, she was running both of the apps and seeing what the pricing was always. I don't know. She usually gets the regular stuff, whatever was available. And she was leaving very early in the morning with acid. So there were days when I was awake early on, and she was worried about if she was going to make it to the airport because we couldn't get anyone, or they were 30 minutes out.
Obviously, with Anna missing, public and many people are going to have their suspicions about you.
Sure.
It's something to Anna.
Tracy is prepared for that.
Yeah. We know that's not lost on you, and it's important for us to iron out a real timeline for you and set out. Well, and then suspicions of that and quicker.
Sure.
And that's part of the reason we're in the timeline. And what we did on Sunday and Monday, for the equipment. But that's why I really want you to kind of think hard. Never stop when you left on Sunday or when you went out on Monday, stuff that we can verify. What you can't verify. We basically want to know where you went, what you did, and where you stopped. But we also would like to hear from about. So, as far as the trip on Sunday, the first time you left the house was to go to Shaw's.
Yes.
And actually, Logan,
Sure, I forget about that. Possible.
back here, back out towards Swan.
Right.
Who traveled again up there?
Is Route 1.
So from here, like when they leave here, they go back to the start.
I go right, and then I drive over to, I get over to the, I think it's Derby Street area, right? So I take the left and go through all that. Then I get up onto, I guess, 93, is that right? Or something like that. Then then I get to Boston, and through Boston, and then up 1, I guess it's supposed to go to 1A, but I stayed on 1 somehow. Because I've gotten so used to not having directions, right? Or having directions, not having directions. I was just, and then I got myself further up than I should have, and I came across.
So at what point did you go
The ship. The ship.
No, I don't know.
So there's there's the ship on the north shore. So you're on Route 1, there's a ship, the Christmas tree store used to be there, I think on the right. Yeah, so I think I've gone too far. And I don't know how to use my GPS, the Volvo, because I never used it.
Mm.
Okay, so do you turn around or do you keep going?
No, I
exit?
Yeah, I looked around and I think I took 114. I'm not sure. I just took a right because I knew that I knew my mother was here and I was like over here. I don't cross.
Okay, so you start crossing on 114,
I think so. Yeah, that's, I remember that.
and that brings you over to what,
Well, I think it brings me over to Lynn, and then from there I like snaked around, and then got to, water and up to Swampscott.
your condos and then check them out?
No, I did not at all.
Are those occupied?
They're both occupied, yes. You're welcome to, I mean, we have to talk to the tenants, we're welcome to look at them if you want.
Okay, so you cut through Lynn and you go direct to Mount, is that right?
Yes.
And you leave, how long are you there?
Not long, just to the question. I don't really have the timeline now, but let's say 15 minutes.
Okay, so you estimate it took you about 90 minutes to get there, is that right?
Something like that, yeah. So I left there, around 4, so I should have been out of there by 6, or around that 6 o'clock time.
To go to nothing else?
Yeah, I went to the errands, and I got back, and I was there a bit longer, and then back home.
And again, the errands were to Whole Foods.
ZDS, yeah.
And you had to go to the stores because, were you looking for Whole Foods?
Yeah, it's the frozen foods at Whole Foods, and then CVS, usually the wipes, the alcoholic wipes and stuff like that, or
And don't follow
I did not say. I might have gotten gas, I don't know, I have to check.
And with that, your mom's got that and
Yeah, I was out and on being there for New Year's, and she's like, okay, how are things going? I said, yeah, it was really a great night. And then she's like, is Robin at the house? I said, yes, I gotta get back. And she came late, and I don't have my phone, so my mother got worried about that. She's got her phone, so there's a lot of discussion about that. And then, me getting to see with the kids, she's like, you can't, like, this is going on too long. And, that was pretty much it. And now that a lot of her surgeries are done now up here too. So it's a good, she was like, it's a good time. I've done my cataract surgery, I've had all of my, my checkups for my lungs. So it would be a good time to go.
you get to have a conversation with her.
Yeah, she asked, like, where's Lana? And I said she had to go for work. And then she was like, well, she's working all the time. And I said, yeah. No, last time, on December 24th, when she worked up until 7 p.m. and then she missed the flight on, there was I was like, what's going on? And she basically said, you're asking a lot of questions. What's going on? I was like, well, it seems really odd that you have to work like so late on December 24th. And she said, hey, I said I was gonna take care of it. And then I said, all right. So I didn't want to get into it, especially she was obviously hesitant to tell me that she wasn't gonna be able to stay the whole time. So I didn't want to, we had a great night. So I was like, okay, well, and then she also said, I'm gonna have more time for Martin Luther King Day, 4 or 5 days. I wasn't saying that she like, it's all to work out. I'm behind. She got sick after coming up for Christmas, so I guess she had to work from home on Tuesday, and she felt like behind for the year. So it could have been that she was wanting to get ahead, but she said that there was something that was important that she had to be at. I assumed, I haven't told you the stories I make up in my head, but if you're interested, I have there's no basis other than like, what I thought it might be, but I thought something at the Mazda building. That's where she was till 7 p.m. On the 24th of December. In the morning, she sent me, if you look at the text, she's like, there's leaks, like at 8 a.m. on that. So I assume something must have gone on over there. And she's supposed to live right next door. So the fact that she's here and not right next door, someone might call her and say something like that, she would be like, well, I have to get over there. And she was always busy on the phone, set phone on, so. Well, she lives, our townhouse is right next door to the Mazda building. So she can walk over, right? So the fact that she's always here doesn't, I don't know, I mean, again, this is all of my conjecture. Like, she's like, well, if we were at the townhouse and something went on at the Mazda building on New Year's Day or any time, she could get up, walk over, deal with it, and come right back. We'd be fine. But no, but she manages all the people and stuff there. So, and she's it's an in-person job. It's not something like that she does over the phone and stuff like that. So but again, that was something that's in my head. Yeah.
Why do you think he was always
we lost a lot of time over the holiday season.
When did she actually tell you that?
She alluded to it when she arrived on Friday, and she was busy on Saturday saying that she was running, things were running behind, and then she kept saying I have to go back early. Then after Jen left, she said I have to go back tomorrow. Right, in the morning, and I was like, well, that's somewhat surprising, but considering like the Thanksgiving schedule, the last 2 months, it wasn't surprising because she was supposed to be here for Thanksgiving, that got canceled. And then when she came back on December 6th, she was supposed to be here for 5 days, but she was only here for a few hours. She was supposed to be here for Christmas, New Year, Christmas Eve and all of that. And then that got compressed, and then she drove up. So she was only here from 8 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the 26th. So all of that became a pattern that we were getting compressed on our schedules. That dude also does the flags and things like that.
Late on, of course, the work so late on Christmas Eve. Hard to leave.
Yes. No, I mean, I was like, why? Yeah, I was complaining about it.
Oh.
No, I mean, no, I don't think so. I just was like that. I said, who else is working on that at that time? But they, I guess they made a decision to get all of this stuff out of there early. I could see that, corporate. And she did say, hey, the 24th is a working day in retail, Brian. And that is true.
What was her title?
She was the regional general manager.
Because we're not on my phone.
There's GMs, yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely. Crossing did not have a GM for a long time. So she was playing GM over there. That guy Graham who called me was the new GM. And then Mazda was kind of her project because it was closing. So she was very hands-on over there. For the other buildings, there was less.
I think.
And just so I'm clear on the timeline, she had a flight Christmas morning. She worked late Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Okay. When did she actually show up with Christmas?
8 p.m. on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day,
Yes.
8 p.m.
Yes.
She just drove straight through.
Yes. Well, she missed her flight was canceled. It was like they're canceled, and they're like, maybe we can get you out. That's when the whole storm came, and then she just got in the car and started to drive. And I said, no, get a rest, which might have been better, but it's very early.
She started to cry.
Very like all out all the time.
Okay, so 8 p.m. on Christmas, she pulled in.
Yeah. No, not when we're married. I mean, like, like when we were dating other people, it was a bit different, but like in the last, 7, 8, or 9 years, no, absolutely not. And we were 3 kids, and we're, after I was arrested, I remember writing her notes, and I said, this might not be the life I promised you. If you want to leave, I understand. She said, no, let's do it together. And we were, we were focused on our relationship and the kids. And it's more than just us; it's the children too. So I really couldn't imagine that. She was very focused on work and family, and this would be it would be totally like outside of her, value system.
How would you react?
Outside of her value system?
Angry or?
Oh, yeah, I would say, yeah, I don't even know. I mean, my first inclination would be like, we're going to get divorced. Yeah, I would, I wouldn't even expect something like that to happen. But if she said, I assume, again, the story I make out is that she's like, I'm leaving you for someone else, not like I'm sleeping with someone. Well, I assume that if something like that happened, she would say, I'm leaving you for someone else, not like, oh, I'm having an affair.
Oh,
Kind of weird.
wait, what?
I don't know. She's very direct, but we always have these conversations. I said, I know it's been tough being separated, she's like, yeah, you have to get to, but her whole thing was like, you and the kids get to DC as quickly as possible. That is not someone who's like having an affair. We've had conversations about, the struggles that we're having being apart. And she was like, you have to get to, you and the kids have to get here as soon as possible. Not, there was nothing other than that. That was always her main focus. Yeah, there was, it was certainly difficult, but, we did see each other enough, and that we were able to be intimate, on, a regular basis. Not the same as if you're living with someone, but in some ways, we took advantage of the time more than had we been together. I remember her bringing that up. She said, well, when I'm here, like, you definitely make it a priority. Whereas when we were together, you're like, well, you always wait another night, but here we can't. So that was something that we did discuss. But she didn't like this house. That was another thing. She was always complaining, like, going to rental. She hates rentals. So. But her having an affair, I just like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Also, where's the time? She was exhausted. She was always flying. At every moment, she was flying here or working. Sure. Anything's possible. It just sounds, all of the scenarios seem improbable. Certainly that does too, but maybe I'm not. I only see it like one way. And then who would it be with me? I don't even know.
Is work emergency on? Is that anyone there to shift?
Yeah, I think I've been leaving was not common. Work emergencies were, maybe the word emergency is being misused, but, upticks or something that, just like a outlier. There was the time when the FBI, hit the crossing building. She was all of a sudden she was like inundated over there, and then of the leaks at Mazda, TJ Maxx wanted to leave Mazda, like these things that came up that like were disrupting her daily work, were things that we talked about all the time, and that it was huge pressure for her, and she didn't have all the personnel in place.
Just to backtrack on something you said, she came home December 5th.
He's saying her work was too much pressure for her, and I loved her job.
She was supposed to stay for 5 days.
Yeah.
Going home for a few hours.
Yeah. So basically, I guess it was the same thing. She was going to come in on. My buddy is the calendar. So she was gone. I guess she came on the 7th, which is a Wednesday.
Hmm.
And she had left on the 23rd, so 2 weeks in Belgrade. She was going to stay and leave on Monday the 12th. And then she told me she had to leave on the 8th. So that was so it was starting to get, I was starting to get used to it. I was like, wow, that's tough. I mean, and we did have a, I was upset. I had 2 weeks, in Belgrade and 1 day here. Kids and I, need more than that. So.
Oh, wow.
Your Honor. Mrs. Gilman, if I could ask you to pause. Your Honor, would it be an appropriate time now, or would you go?
No, it'd be a good time now.
Thank you.
So jurors, thank you for your attention today. And I know from firsthand experience, and now you do too, how tiring it can be just sitting all day. So think about that. Get some fresh air, and you can either at lunch and get home. It helps from my experience. I'll leave you today reminding you of the 4 obligations that you have, and that I expect to know you will be obedient to them. First, don't do any research about this case. Don't speak to anyone about this case. Don't access any social media or news media, and continue to have open minds. I think of you.
Oh, they're calling it a day?
Jury box, taking in all of the information that's provided to you during the trial. Have a good night. And before you leave,
Already?
I'm oblivious to the fact that we're getting the first snowstorm. Lived here now a lot of years, and so I hate to say this out loud, but I will anyway. I don't have great confidence in, as it is such a complicated business with the meteorology.
Oh, because my time difference too. I'm like, why? But
Sometime between 2 and 4. It sounds like they're downgrading the expectations. But I don't want you to think your safety and your security is a priority to me, as is everybody that works here. So I'll be thinking about that tomorrow, and if it's appropriate to let you go earlier, I will if the forecast changes. But well, I don't want to jinx this, but I'll leave it there. Jurors, have a good night. And again, thanks for your attention today.
All rise for the court, please. Jurors, close your notebooks, leave them on the chairs. Follow me.
wow. I kind of want to move on to like Kenzie or something else.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please be seated. What is the plan for day 2?
Your Honor, we have approximately 40 more minutes of interviews to play. I believe I have about 30 to 40 minutes of an examination left of Sergeant Schmidt. There would be cross-examination. I leave that to counsel. And then we would put on Trooper Guarino to go over the results.
Marina tomorrow will be good. That's also from Karen Reed case.
So the Safari searches, the Safari history of the MacBook, also mentioning the iPad and some of the work he did on one of the phones. I anticipate there's binders of information that would go in through him and that would be reviewed with him.
Those are binders that you, I think they're on my bench, but are those the 3 binders that we previously discussed?
Yes, Your Honor.
So today we did opening statements from both sides and literally just one detective. That's all that they haven't even finished the video interview. They still have 40 minutes left.
And remind me, I think I remember this correctly, that you have binders for each of the jurors? Or you're going to do them on the
We would
all
do,
in the electronics.
we were going to do it in
better.
the monitors. It's a lot of paper.
It is.
And I would easily break the machine. So that is the intention to do that. We are also going to call in another half dozen witnesses if we go fast. And I will give council the list of the extra witnesses we'll have because I'm not too sure what the cross will be. So I want to make sure we have more business available for us than we might get to.
All right, I appreciate that. And then I will keep an eye on the forecast. It's what I most recently read is they were downgrading it slushy, but the commute tomorrow, leaving work might be messy. If it starts to get messy here, I'll probably cut the day short. Hopefully the weather will stay rainy instead of snowing, but we'll be limber.
I also think that right now we're ahead of pace.
Good. All right. There was another question. I'm just hesitating to get up because I feel like there's something else I wanted to ask you. Can't bring it back right now. So I'll remember it right after I step off the bench, and then I'll pepper you with that either by email through the clerk or otherwise. Oh, I know what it was.
Oh, jeez.
I think earlier today when we were talking about the William Fasto text messages, I did see the final paragraph and went back, and it was exhibit 199 that I was referencing, or paper number 199, not paper number 197. It's motion eliminate number 13, which goes back to the same arguments with regard to state of mind evidence. But at one point I knew where to find some of those, whatever was marked for the grand jury, but I don't see it anymore. Two things. One, best I can tell, according to my records, the defense never opposed that motion in limine. So if the opposition is different than the substance of the opposition to paper number 199, specific to Mr. Fasto, the defense should let me know that. When do we think we're going to see Mr. Fasto?
We're working on Thursday, Your Honor.
Okay, so everyone knows when it's going to be. And secondly, so that I can get prepared for those arguments, I want the Commonwealth to get me a copy of Mr. Fasto's emails.
Text messages.
Thank you.
Copy today, I can give the court.
As-
It's not, I think the one that the government would expect to introduce, I think has some photos blurred out, but just for the court to see. And we did submit
Isn't Fausto the lover?
a written objection to statements relating to state of mind. We didn't specifically
Maybe not.
reference his. If it would assist the court, I can certainly have something by tomorrow morning, even just a one-page highlighting and specifying our objections.
Right.
But I'll pass this up now just so you have it.
So I do have whatever you objected to for 199, and I went through Qualls or Quails or whatever the name, like how you pronounce the case at the time, and some of the cases that followed it. So I'm familiar with what the law is with regard to the state of mind exception. I just want to refresh my memory. There's certain of Mr. Fasto's text messages with Anna Walsh that I remembered from prior hearings, but this will help me. I'll take a look at this tonight.
And I'll get a one-page, just brief draft or brief memo, just outlining our argument a little more concisely. with
All right.
respect to this.
All right.
Yeah, I think it has been proven that he was her lover via text messages, and I think maybe even him. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then her body hasn't been found. Nope. Her body has not been found.
That's all I can think of right now. Any other questions, comments, needs? Commonwealth first,
No, Your Honor.
and defense, anything you want to raise with me? Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Well, that was day one of Brian Walsh. Tomorrow should be good. Guarino will be on. I will be streaming it. I might start a little later though, so we can skip past the breaks, at least the first morning breaks. But as for today, I will be back. Either it's been stated as a fact, yeah, she had a lover. Exactly. I will be back today with, I don't know, will you read that timeline? Oh yeah, I think you sent it in the chat, right? Hold on. Let me go back, Laura. Was it the one I read in the live the other day? I'm trying to go back because you're right. You dropped a link for You might have to put it in there again. It really lays things out. Yeah, I know. I'm just on StreamYard. I can't find that link. And I don't even know if I can click on it in StreamYard. Let me see if I can go back to the regular chat. Actually, I think I have it. I think I can pull it up because I looked at it earlier. Yeah, Brian Walsh murder trial, what to know. I got it. Oh, thank you, Laura. I just saw you pull that up or post a link, but I'll pull it up. So this is it. Can you guys see that? Oh, why is it doing that? Sorry, my bad. Dude, I hate this new setup. Oh, I'm struggling with it. Okay, let's just read this article really quick. Laura says it's a timeline. So it says prosecutors allege Walsh believed his wife was having an affair and that his mother hired a private investigator to look into Anna's activities and Walsh. Oh, wait, I skipped some parts. My bad. It says on Monday, opening statements will take place in the murder trial of Brian Walsh, a case that's drawn national attention since his wife Anna vanished nearly 3 years ago. Prosecutors accuse Walsh of killing her on New Year's Day, 2023, dismembering her body and discarding her remains in dumpsters across the region, including one near his mother's home. Investigators never recovered her body. In the days after Anna's disappearance, prosecutors say Walsh repeatedly misled police as searches stretched from the couple's Cohasset neighborhood to Washington, D.C., where Anna worked. On November 18th this year, just before jury selection began, Walsh pleaded guilty to 2 charges, misleading police and improperly removing or concealing a body. He still faces a first-degree murder charge. Sentencing on the lesser charge will come later. Oh, that's the picture in my thumbnail. Anna Walsh worked for a Washington-based property management firm and commuted weekly from D.C. to Mass, where her husband and 3 young children lived. She disappeared after New Year's Eve 2022, and police arrested Walsh on January 8th, 2023, initially charging him with misleading investigators and later with murder and improper conveyance of a body. Prosecutors say that in the days after Anna vanished, Walsh searched online for terms like how to dispose of a body. Investigators recovered evidence from a dumpster near his mother's home, including a rug from the family's home, distinctive jewelry, and a watch that Anna wore on New Year's Eve. They also found 10 trash bags in Peabody containing cleaning supplies, boots consistent with those people say they last saw Anna wearing, cutting tools, and her COVID-19 vaccine card. Analysts later detected both Brian and Anna's DNA on slippers and a Tyvek suit found amongst the items. Prosecutors allege Walsh believed his wife was having an affair with and that his mother hired a private investigator to look into Anna's activities in Washington. Court records show Anna was preparing to leave the marriage and move the children to Washington because she feared prosecutors would sentence Walsh to prison in a federal art fraud case. Walsh pleaded guilty in 2021 to selling fake Andy Warhol paintings, but a federal judge did not sentence him until February of 2024, more than a year after Anna went missing. He received 37 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release. Former State Trooper Michael Proctor worked on the murder case and was later fired for sending derogatory messages during the unrelated Karen Reed investigation. Prosecutors say they will not call him to testify in Walsh's trial. However, defense attorney Larry Tipton secured a court order requiring federal prosecutors to preserve key cell phone data connected to Proctor. Ooh, that's crazy. I really hope Proctor doesn't mess this up too. The court delayed Walsh's trial after after an inmate stabbed him in July on September 11th, 2025. Tipton wrote that the assault left Walsh unable to fully participate in preparing his defense. Judge Diane Frenier ordered Walsh undergo a mental health evaluation at Bridgewater State Hospital, and then on November 14th, she ruled that he is competent to stand trial. In pleading guilty to the lesser charges after the prosecution laid out the evidence of Walsh misleading the police and disposing of Anna's remains in receptacles throughout eastern Massachusetts, Frenier asked whether he did those things. In response, Walsh said, "Yes, Your Honor." And here's a timeline. April 1st, 2021. Brian Walsh pleads guilty to charges stemming from an attempt to scam a Los Angeles buyer by selling fake Andy Warhol paintings. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Walsh initially acquired the real paintings from a friend in South Korea and told a friend that he could sell them for a good price. The friend agreed but was unable to communicate with Walsh after. A person in LA found the paintings listed on eBay in 2016 and agreed to buy them for $80,000. The buyer examined the paintings and found multiple indications that they were not authentic. An investigation revealed that Walsh sold the original shadow paintings to a gallery in 2011. The same year, Walsh obtained a different set of replica shadow paintings from an artist who did not know Walsh's purpose. Walsh sold that set to another victim in France in 2015. On Sunday, December 25th, 2022, to Sunday, December 25th, Anne Walsh texts her mother, Milanka, and asked her to travel from Serbia to Washington, D.C. the next day. She said, "Please, Mama, come tomorrow," which means that clearly there must have been some problems. Her mother tells Anna she cannot travel on such short notice and suggests visiting on January 5th or 6th instead. Anna tells her that she and her family plan to visit Serbia in February. Tuesday, December 27th, 2022. Anne Walsh plans to visit longtime friend Carrie Westbrook to see her new condo near Washington, D.C. Walsh texts Westbrook to say that she has to work late and will be delayed. After 2 hours, Walsh tells Westbrook that her phone died and that she could not use GPS to get directions, so she returned home. The Walsh family has a home in Washington in addition to their Cohasset residence. The two friends agreed to reschedule their visit to January 5th, 2023. Meanwhile, Brian searches for Google for the phrase, "What's the best state to get a divorce in for a man?" Ew, what a jerk. Saturday, December 31st, 2022. Anne Walsh reportedly tries calling her mother around midnight on New Year's Eve. Her mother reportedly missed another call from her daughter around 1 a.m. Walsh also reportedly tries to call her maid of honor and her older sister, but neither picks up. Ooh, that reminds me of Brian Koberger case. I wonder if she was like calling for help. Police are told that Anna Walsh was last seen by a family member around 4 a.m. on New Year's Day. Police are told she had a flight booked for January 3rd, but she had to fly down on January 1st to handle an emergency at a property she manages. Walsh had her bags with her as she left the house, and her husband was sleeping at the time, police are told. Her plan was supposedly to take a ride share to Logan Airport before flying to Washington. Police confirmed she never boarded a flight. Brian Walsh allegedly used his son's iPad to make a series of chilling Google searches throughout the early morning hours and into the afternoon. Wow, he looked up a lot of crazy things. 4:55 a.m. How long before a body starts to smell? How to stop a body from decomposing? How to embalm a body? 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to. How long for someone to be missing to inherit? Can you throw away body parts? What does formaldehyde do? How long does DNA last? Can identification be made on partial remains? Dismemberment and the best way to dispose of a body. How to clean blood from wooden floor. Luminol to detect blood. What happens when you put body parts in ammonia? Is it better to throw crime scene clothes away or wash them? Wow, he looked all of that stuff up. That's freaking so ridiculous. He's screwed. I really hope like nothing in this investigation like ruins this possibility of him going to prison for life. Monday, January 2nd, 2023. Ann Walsh's cell phone has not been in use since then. No outgoing calls were made, and it was turned off at 3:14 a.m., according to prosecutors. Brian Walshe allegedly searches Google for information about the disposal of dead bodies and getting away with murder. 12:45 p.m. Hacksaw, best tool to dismember. 1:10 p.m. Can you be charged with murder without a body? 1:14 p.m. Can you identify a body with broken teeth? Wait, he broke her teeth with the hammer? Ooh, I hope that's not what happened. I just added the hammer because there was a hammer and a hacksaw. Brian Walshe allegedly goes to Home Depot in Rockland to purchase about $450 worth of cleaning products, including mops, brushes, tape, a tarp, and a Tyvek suit with boot covers, buckets, garments, and baking soda. He also allegedly purchased a hatchet. Video from the store shows Walshe wearing a black surgical mask and blue gloves while he pays for the supplies in cash. Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. Brian Walshe allegedly continues to search the internet for information on how dead bodies decompose. What a freak. 1:02 p.m. What happens to hair on a dead body? 1:14 p.m. What is the rate of decomposition of a body found in a plastic bag compared to on a surface in the woods? 1:20 p.m. Can baking soda make a body smell good? These are the searches I think they're going to go over tomorrow in day 2, because she said they're going to go over the Google searches. A man watching Walsh's appearance is recorded on surveillance video walking up to a dumpster at an apartment complex in Abington. The man is carrying a heavy garbage bag as shown by how he tosses it into the dumpster, according to prosecutors. He then travels to other locations in Abington and Brockton, disposing of items in various dumpsters. Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. Ann Walsh's employer in Washington, D.C. reports her missing to police. Brian Walshe allegedly goes to Home Goods and TJ Maxx in Norwell, where he purchases towels, bath mats, and men's clothing. He then travels to a Lowe's and purchases squeegees and a trash can. Cohasset police go to the Walshe family home for a well-being check. Officers see that the seats are down in the back of Brian Walsh's Volvo and that a plastic liner has been laid down in the car. Police also see dirt on the vehicle's floor mats. The car's carpet appears to show fresh vacuum streaks, according to prosecutor. Later, an analysis finds blood in the car. Thursday, January 5th. 2023. Brian Walsh's cell phone data shows that it traveled to a dumpster at his mother's apartment complex in Swampscott around 9:30 a.m. Cohasset police announced that Anna Walshe is missing. Authorities conduct a search of the Walsh's home on Chief of Justice Cushing Highway in Cohasset and the surrounding areas. Detectives also investigate their home in Washington. They do not find any signs of her. Police tell the public that Brian Walshe is cooperating with the investigation. Friday, January 6, 2023. Police launch a search from the parking lot of a Stop and Shop near the Walsh's Cohasset residence. Units from the Mass State Police, Train and Search and Rescue, comb the area, assisted by 3 K-9 teams and State Police Air Wing. Nicholas Garino will be the witness to tell us the searches, I think. Yeah, I think you're right, Laura. Saturday, January 7th, 2023. The search of the Walsh's Cohasset home and the surrounding areas launched Friday resumes again. Authorities search until around 4:30 p.m. Again, K-9 teams, the MSP Air Wing, and other specialized units assist in the search. Police divers search a small stream and a pool with negative results. Police say that the ground search will not resume unless police develop new information that so warrants it. Sunday, January 8, 2023, investigators return to the Walsh's Cohasset home. Police find blood and 2 knives, one of which was bloody and damaged, in the home, prosecutors later say. They will also recover a heavy-duty large tarp and plastic liners that were purchased at Home Depot. Police arrest Brian Walshe for providing misleading information to investigators. Authorities said that during their investigation, they had probable cause to believe he misled them. WCVB cameras capture police leading Walsh into the Cohasset Police Department in handcuffs. Monday, January 9th, 2023. Brian Walsh is arraigned in Quincy District Court. Prosecutors say that police found blood and a bloody damaged knife in the basement of the Walsh family home in Cohasset. Prosecutors say that Walsh misled investigators by telling them that on January 1st, he went to visit his mother in Swampscott but got lost. Walsh also allegedly told police he shopped at Whole Foods and CVS, but police could not find receipts or surveillance footage to corroborate this. When investigators asked Walsh about his actions on January 2nd, he allegedly told them he had only left the house to take one of his young sons for ice cream. Instead, prosecutors said that he went to a Home Depot in Rockland to purchase hundreds of dollars worth of cleaning supplies. Anna Walsh was not reported missing until January 4th, giving her husband time to clean up to dispose of evidence, says Norfolk First Assistant District Attorney Lynn M. Beeland in court. A judge sets bail at $500,000. On the same day, investigators find a number of suspicious items while searching through trash north of Boston. They investigate dumpsters in Swampscott near Brian Walsh's mother's home and a transfer station in Peabody. Investigators recover 10 trash bags in Peabody. They find towels, rags, slippers, tape, a Tyvek suit, gloves, cleaning agents, carpets, rugs, hunter boots, a vaccine card with the name of Anna Walsh, a hacksaw, a hatchet, and some cutting shears, according to prosecutors. The boots are consistent with those that Anna Walsh was last seen wearing, and a portion of necklace found is consistent with one that she had been seen wearing in the photo. Testing at the state's forensic lab later determines that these had human blood on them. Later, analysts also found DNA from both Brian and Anna Walsh on slippers and on a Tyvek suit, prosecutors said. Investigators also found Anna Walsh's DNA on tissues taken from the bags. Tuesday, January 17, 2023, prosecutors charged Brian Walsh with murdering his wife and disinterring a body. Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. Brian is arraigned in Quincy District Court. He pleads not guilty and is ordered to be held without bail. Fast forward to February 20th, 2024. A U.S. senior district judge sentences Brian Walsh to 37 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release for the art fraud case. The judge also orders Walsh to pay $475,000 on restitution. Thursday, September 11th, 2025. The court delays Brian Walsh's trial by a few weeks after an inmate reportedly stabs him when he's in jail. A judge later orders him to undergo mental health evaluation at Bridgewater State Hospital. Friday, November 15th, 2025. Judge Diane Frenier deems him competent to stand trial. Monday, November 17th, 2025. The final pretrial conference is held at Norfolk Superior Court, where questions over Brian Walsh's mom involvement and hiring a private investigator to look into Anna Walsh's alleged infidelity are brought up. Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Just before jury selection begins, Brian Walsh pleads guilty to 2 charges: misleading police and improperly removing or concealing a body. He still faces a first-degree murder charge. Sentencing on the lesser charges will come later. November 18th through the 20th of 2025, a jury of 16 people, including 4 alternates, is selected for trial. Monday, today, is when opening statements were set to begin, and we just watched that. So I think there's DNA. Thank you. You guys said I read so good. Thanks. Why is he going to major trial? He has to be like a narcissist. I don't know. He got shanked. I wonder why. Because he's a DICK. He got lost on the way to his mom's house. Really, I know. It's total shit. Anyways, so we'll be back tomorrow with day 2. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate all of you guys for being here for part 1 and part 2. We'll definitely be watching day 2 tomorrow. And then as for later, I might have a Kenzie live. I might do a prison live, or we might do a Melly After Dark, or all of the above, because it's still early where I'm at. So yeah, she's smooth with it. Thank you. Make sure, and thanks Laura for sending me that link. Make sure you guys please tap the like button on the way out, and I might do a hangout live in a little bit, so I'll catch you guys then, and then we can talk about Kenzie and all whatever we're gonna do later. So I appreciate you guys for being here, and I'll see you either later or tomorrow when we do day 2 of Brian Walsh. Bye.